Good morning, and welcome to the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences 2021 Doctor of Pharmacy Spring Commencement. Thank you all for being here today. If you would like to view the program for the ceremony, please go to www.utoledo/pharmacy/events and click on the Commencement Program button. Our processional will be led by the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Dean, a member of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, followed by college faculty members. It is now my privilege to recognize several distinguished individuals who have joined us to celebrate this occasion. I will ask each of them to stand and be recognized as I call their name. Please hold your applause until all of them have been introduced. Everyone else may be seated right now. Mr. Stephen P. Chuchi, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Jennifer Richardson, President of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Alumni Affiliate. Mr. Joel Levitan, President of the Ohio Pharmacist Association. Dr. Sean Wilt, President-elect of the State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy. Congratulations to our graduates that are here today, and thank you for our wonderful guests that have joined us.
It's been a long time since I've spoken to anyone without a mask or a computer screen in front of me. Good morning, my name is Gary Pollack. It is my privilege and honor to serve as the Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences here at the University of Toledo. Before we begin, please join me in a moment of silence to honor those we've lost over the last 16 months, including more than 570,000 Americans and 3 million souls worldwide who have lost their lives to COVID-19. Thank you. Also, before I begin my formal comments, I want to acknowledge the folks who worked so very hard to organize this event today. This was truly a team effort involving many, many members of the college's faculty and staff, but there are a few people who need to be mentioned specifically. Dr. Monica Holliday-Goodman, Dr. Megan Kahn, Kristen Gartland, Nina Jamie, Susan Wilson, and Sue Lee were the core planning group who made this possible. Please join me in thanking them. Now, for a moment, we're going to put exercise in commencement exercises. Will those individuals who are mothers of one of our graduates please stand and remain standing? Would any fathers please stand as well? Any grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, spouses, partners, children? Anyone who wandered in off the street? Okay, now graduates, please stand and look around you. What you see is an important part of your support group. Undoubtedly, these individuals played a significant part in your journey to this point, and rightly should share in your sense of accomplishment. Graduates, please join me in thanking them. And you guys follow instructions really, really well. Now you can sit back and relax. I have spoken at many commencement ceremonies over the years and always go through the exercise that we just did. In every other year, though, I have used the term support group without modifying it with the part of, so it was an absolute term. Because in years past, most graduates were able to have the most important people in their lives observe this milestone event. Whether that was 2 people or 20 people, we always found a way to accommodate everyone. Not so this year. So let's deal with the very large elephant that's in this very large room. Graduates, look around you. This is obviously an unusual commencement. The oddness begins with the fact that you guys are physically separated from each other. Usually, graduates are packed shoulder to shoulder. They can share a laugh, often and appropriately at the dean's expense. They can shed a tear. They can quietly reminisce or mention plans for tomorrow or next week or next year. Not so this year. We have this huge and beautiful arena, sparsely populated with your fans. It looks more like the final minutes of a blowout home loss to, and at this point you can name the nemesis team of your choice, I will not judge you, than a traditional commencement. Usually a venue like this would be packed for commencement. Not so this year. And we have not 1 graduating class, but 2. Members of the class of 2020 who did not have the opportunity to be acknowledged publicly in a face-to-face ceremony are here with us today. In every other year, it has been 1 class at a time. Not so this year. And I will submit to you that the oddness of this wonderful event is fitting, appropriate, and maybe even necessary. It reminds us all of what you have lost during this pandemic. If we limit our consideration only to what you have experienced as students, you still have lost so much. You have lost the opportunities to build deeper relationships with each other, relationships that we always claim will last a lifetime and will support your professional journey. You have similarly lost the opportunity to build relationships with your faculty. We always claim that your program, embodied by your faculty, will be here for you throughout your professional journey. I guarantee you that this is as true this year as it is every year, but acknowledge that it may feel different to you. You've lost the opportunities to travel, to network, to learn from students and faculty and professionals elsewhere. We claim quite correctly that those experiences are invaluable to young professionals. All these things and more were taken from you. And yet, here you are. You have succeeded. Despite all the obstacles that appeared in your path, despite all the slings and arrows of COVID-19, despite all the losses you have suffered, you persevered. You won. Bent? Certainly. Bloodied? Perhaps. But unbroken. That, my friends, speaks more highly of you than any grades you have earned or any awards you have received. Against enormous odds, odds that none of your faculty have faced or seen any of their previous students face, you completed your degree program and you're ready for the next step in your journey. That truly is something worth celebrating. Those of us who have been in academic pharmacy for a long time, and I have been in longer than most, have a more or less fixed view of the term professionalism and what it means with respect to our students. Presenting yourselves appropriately in demeanor, appearance, and speech, keeping abreast of the latest developments in your field, showing respect to those who have walked the path before you, being on time to lab. And indeed, those characteristics are important. However, I think that you and colleague cohorts of students from around the country have ripped up the book and thrown it out the window and written a new book titled Professionalism. You have shown each and every one of us what it means to be committed to a goal, what it means to keep pushing through obstacle after obstacle, what it means to be successful. And that, my young colleagues, is what it means to be professional in 2021. You have set a new standard, and I congratulate you for it. I also want to thank you. You and others like you have been a light during a very dark time for our country and for the world. If you can do what you have just done, you will be able to accomplish anything that you set your minds to. I am comforted by that and believe that our society is about to be entrusted to very capable hands, your hands. On behalf of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, and indeed on behalf of the entire Rocket Pharmacy Nation, I offer my most heartfelt congratulations to you and wish each of you all the best that life has to offer. Thank you for being here. Go Rockets!
At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Megan Kahn, Director of Experiential Education and Clinical Associate Professor in the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to the podium. Dr. Kahn.
Thank you, Dr. Holliday-Goodman. Commencement is such a joyous occasion, and this year more than ever, because this is our first time together in over a year. We must first, however, take a moment to acknowledge the loss felt so acutely by the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences this year, and most importantly, by the class of 2021. I would like to draw your attention to the empty chair here on the stage behind me. The chair sits only with a cap and gown upon it. This symbolizes the hole that will forever be in the class of 2021, left there by the loss of their friend and classmate, Austin J. Fletcher. At this time, I'd like to draw your attention to the screen to view a short video about Austin.
Hello, I'm Dr. Megan Kahn, faculty member in the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. I am here to honor Doctor of Pharmacy student Austin Fletcher. Austin's friends called him AJ, or Fletch. He was a P4 student in the College of Pharmacy here at the University of Toledo. He was on his clinical rotations and just months away from completing his Doctor of Pharmacy degree and becoming a licensed pharmacist. AJ was many things, and a student pharmacist was just one of those things. He played hockey most of his life, including here at the University of Toledo for the Rockets hockey team. I believe he was most at home on the ice. I remember Austin in class as a quiet guy who preferred to fly below the radar. I think he may have been daydreaming of hockey while he was in class, and that's okay, because he had enough brain power to allow for a little daydreaming every now and again. Austin was a son, a brother, an uncle, and a friend to many. He was a bright piece of the diverse fabric that is the Doctor of Pharmacy class of 2021, and that fabric will never be whole completely again. He was a very bright young man and a caring healthcare professional, and it is my honor to present his degree to his family on behalf of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences in honor of Austin James Fletcher.
At this time, I would like to invite Austin's parents, Joe and Jansil Fletcher, to the stage to receive his degree. Mr. and Mrs. Fletcher, please know that Austin was a member of our family here at the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. He will always be remembered, and his legacy will live on through his endowed scholarship, the Austin Fletcher Memorial Fund. We are honored today to present his Doctor of Pharmacy degree posthumously to Austin J. Fletcher in recognition of the completion of the majority of his degree program and his status as in good standing in the program. Austin's classmates came together to present this cap and gown to the family as well. At this time, I ask that the faculty and the class of 2021 please rise and join us in honoring the accomplishments of Fletch.
Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Alexis Moss, Doctor of Pharmacy Class of 2020, to the stage to provide remarks to our graduates. Dr. Moss has been practicing community pharmacy at Meyer since her graduation 1 year ago. She was a bright light of optimism and kindness here in the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, and I believe she will share some of that optimism with you today. Dr. Moss?
Thank you. Parents, friends, family, spouses, faculty, mentors, and PharmD graduates of the classes of 2020 and 2021, welcome and thank you for celebrating with us on this momentous occasion. My name is Alexis Moss, PharmD graduate of the class of 2020, and I'm truly humbled to have the opportunity to address you this morning. After graduating from the University of Toledo last May, I started my career as a staff pharmacist with Meyer in Lorain, Ohio. During my time as a Rocket, I had aspired to be a community pharmacist. What attracted me the most to community pharmacy was the unique privilege of being able to be the most accessible healthcare provider in the neighborhood. I felt that this would be a very fulfilling environment in which to share my knowledge with others. Mostly, however, I have loved the opportunity to gain trust and build relationships with my patients. I now look forward to seeing my regulars and keeping in touch with their health and their lives, sharing a smile with them on their most difficult days, and being that reliable community health resource that they deserve. Achieving these goals in pharmacy was not without hurdles, however. When I reflect back on my first year as a practitioner, I can't help but to think how this has been, and likely will be, the most difficult time of my career. I entered the workforce with the same fears as classes before me, wondering if I was ready to transition into a full-fledged pharmacist. Moreover, I was concerned about how the pandemic may have hindered my learning, rushed my licensure, and threatened my job security. Having overcome all of this in the past year, I have learned quite a few lessons about life and about pharmacy that I would like to share with you today as you are about to begin or continue your careers. First, be confident that your UT education prepares you incredibly well to be a pharmacist. Although no new beginning is without bumps and learning curves, I can say with confidence that I possess the clinical knowledge and skills to take care of my patients. Rocket pharmacists are highly regarded in the professional world, as attested by the fact that both myself, my boss, and my counterpart are all Toledo alumni. Although you may feel young or inexperienced, or get told almost daily that you are too young to be the pharmacist, are you sure you're qualified? Trust in yourself and your knowledge that you have worked so hard to attain. Your faculty and college mentors have prepared you well. Second, lead with kindness and compassion in all that you do. A great quote by Theodore Roosevelt states that no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And I have found this to be unwaveringly true. With the knowledge in your heads right now, you possess the power to make positive and life-changing interventions in the lives of your patients. However, we must not forget to be human. We are caring for people who have families, hopes, dreams, and fears just as real as our own. We may not know what a day in their shoes looks like, but we can always be kind and lend a listening ear. For example, just this past week, I had a very humbling experience. I asked a patient how she was doing as I was guiding her into our consultation room for a COVID vaccine. She shrugged, sighed, and said that she was okay and she'd been better. I said, I understand, presuming she meant that she was anxious about getting the shot. But she looked at me and said, no, you don't. I lost my son 6 months ago and my husband 5 years ago, both to cancer. It has been very tough. Her words hit me like a punch in the gut. How often are we guilty of thinking that we know what others are thinking or what they're going through? May my experience be a reminder that we should all take a little more time to listen and care, because there is so much more to our patients than what might appear on the surface. Third, you will be making a difference every single day of your career. I often float to different Meyer locations, and I see so many different people at these different locations. However, what touches me most is when a patient who I don't recall previously helping stops me and says, hey, you were that girl that took the time to go out into the aisle with me and help me. You were so kind. I have never had that experience at a pharmacy before. Thank you. Although I may not have remembered them, they remembered me, the pharmacist, for my kindness and service to them. These experiences are what inspires me to be the pharmacist that I am today, using kindness and compassion to serve my patients. From one rocket pharmacist to another, I ask that you will do the same. Lastly, and most importantly, make yourself and your health a priority. It is no secret that life as a pharmacist can be very stressful. Between checking scripts, answering phones, assisting patients, calling doctors, and administering vaccines, the demands of a pharmacist can leave you feeling like you never have enough arms to complete all of the tasks. Burnout is very real in our profession, so I implore you to please take the time to care for yourself. Pick up an old hobby or start a new one. Exercise. Get a good night's sleep. Pamper yourself when needed. Listen to your body. Talk to a trusted friend or spouse. Your mental health and physical well-being must be a priority, and you are not selfish for doing so. Remember that you cannot properly take care of others if you have not taken care of yourself. Despite all the challenges faced since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, feel proud knowing that these are the years of the pharmacist. All the years spent advocating for our profession with the hope of showing the public that pharmacists possess extraordinary clinical knowledge, the ability to vaccinate and to provide patient care has finally come into fruition. The world is seeing us for who we are and what we can do, finally. Your title of pharmacist matters right now more than ever, so feel proud knowing that you have chosen a profession that truly makes a difference in the lives of others. I also encourage you to shape the future of our profession through example and by being the kind, altruistic, patient-centered pharmacist. I'd like to leave you with the words of a poem that I first heard as a wide-eyed pre-professional student attending a Rokai dinner honoring high-achieving professional pharmacy students. These words were spoken by Dr. Christine Hinko, truly resonated with me throughout my pharmacy journey, and I hope these words might resonate with you too. The Dash, a poem by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on his tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that the first came the date of birth and spoke following date with years, but he said what mattered most was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved them knew what that little line was worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that still can be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect more often and wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you lived your dash? Congratulations again to the classes of 2020 and 2021. Thank you.
Pardon me, guys. Find my page here. Thank you, Dr. Moss. Now I would like to invite Eric Wasowski, Doctor of Pharmacy class of 2021, to the stage. Eric was chosen by his classmates to provide remarks to the graduates. He was known for his leadership in bringing the class together. Faculty always knew Eric was in class because he was quick with an answer or with a little humor. And of course, who couldn't miss that bright red hair? Eric?
Thank you, Dr. Holliday Goodman, and thank you, Dr. Moss. What a tough speech to follow. Administration, faculty, family and friends, and fellow graduates, thank you for the opportunity to speak at this year's PharmD commencement activities. So many topics flooded my mind when I heard I was going to be today's speaker, and I've chosen to speak on 3 areas everyone has endured this past 4 years that provide a brief summary to our experience as pharmacy students. The first is sacrifice. From sleep, foregoing family events, or even spending less time with friends outside of the program. Everyone has given up something, whether that be time or things we enjoy, in the pursuit of our degree. The second is adversity. From finishing our final didactic semester online due to the coronavirus pandemic, to disappointing results on exams despite countless hours of hard work, to losing a loved one, a grandparent, a father and mentor, a child. Everyone has received upsetting news this past 4 years, especially the news of losing our dear friend and classmate. While Fletch couldn't be here today to celebrate his accomplishments, I'm glad we were able to have his parents, Joe and Jan, still present with us to accept his degree posthumously. His hard work, just like the rest of ours, deserves to be recognized. I also want to thank everyone in the Toledo pharmacy community who donated to the Austin Fletcher Memorial Scholarship in his honor. It's proof that pharmacy really is a small world, a phrase that faculty, preceptors, and employers have used since the beginning of our program, shown true this past year especially. His memory will never be forgotten. Memories. It's the final topic I want to speak on today, and who better to start with than Austin? Anyone who studied on the 3rd floor of Collier will be able to speak to this story. Before an exam, he'd show up around 10 o'clock at night, usually with McDonald's. He'd pace the hallway, reading his notes to himself, talking aloud, begging anyone still on campus to ask him a question, any question about the notes. He'd usually get it wrong. He'd go back to the hallway, pacing again, rereading his notes. And eventually, when the cafeteria finally opened at 6:30, it was time for sausage gravy and biscuits. It never failed this routine. Everyone has made friends and friend groups that will remain a part of our lives forever. And all the memories within each friend group are too numerous for me to recount today. But I would like to share 3 other memories we've all made together as a class. Who could forget David Hoffman asking Dr. Oyarsi if we need a calculator on this exam? It was pharmacology and there wasn't a single math question, which is probably why Dr. Oyarsi looked at him as if he had 100 heads. The second one, I've already mentioned how many of us have sacrificed sleep at some point, and we wondered if professors did as well, especially every time Dr. Pasekis input grades at 3:30 in the morning. Dr. Pasekis, my mother asked me this question many times, so I feel obligated to ask you. Are you getting enough sleep? And finally, who could forget that banana question with Dr. Nanakowski in Biochemistry 2? I've always been on record saying it was a challenging yet fair question, but the fun prank that followed sure made for an interesting class story. As a side note, she makes pretty good banana nut muffins with leftover bananas. The point of these stories is simple. Hold all these memories within your friend groups and classmates close. As I mentioned earlier, pharmacy is a small world, and sometimes fun anecdotes lead to job interviews or job opportunities we never once imagined. All it takes is a little spark. We've also already established our professional network and should never be afraid to reach out to each other during our careers at any point. Let's face it, we all need help at some point. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank a few people in the crowd today that share my success. To my parents, thank you for driving me to pharmacy camp the summer of 2014. It was my first experience here, and it solidified Toledo as my first choice school. Without your sacrifices, I don't even know if I'm here standing today giving this address. And to my beautiful fiance, Kristen, you know how much I love you. Thank you for your unconditional love and patience during our relationship, being 3 hours apart in Columbus, working on your own nursing degree. I'm so proud of everything we've accomplished together and can't wait to marry you this month. I'll leave everyone with one final thought. The final prompt of the AACP Graduating Student Survey asks, if I were starting my pharmacy program over again, I would choose the same college/school of pharmacy. I answered strongly agree, because there's no better place with no better people that I could have asked to spend the last 4 years of graduate school than right here at the University of Toledo. I can only hope you all feel the same way. I want to wish everyone best of luck as we begin the newest chapters of our lives, both personally and professionally. Thank you, everyone, and go Rockets.
Thank you, Eric. At this time, we would like to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of the valedictorians of the class of 2021. The class of 2021 has 6 valedictorians this year. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Bonnie J. Barendine, Shannon M. Cassidy, Abigail C. Geyer, Maureen O. Hickey, Hannah E. Hicksonbaugh, and Grace E. LaFleur. Congratulations to our Doctor of Pharmacy valedictorians. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Martin Olinger, Distinguished University Lecturer, Clinical Professor, and Chair of the Department of Pharmacy Practice, to begin the presentation of the PharmD classes. Dr. Olinger?
Thank you, Dr. Holliday Goodman. Will the Doctor of Pharmacy graduates from 2020 please rise and come forward to be hooded? Each Doctor of Pharmacy graduate will receive a personalized oath of a pharmacist provided by the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy. All degree candidates will also receive a college lapel pin to wear with pride. The following students and graduates being hooded are being recognized for having earned the Doctor of Pharmacy degree in the spring of 2020.
These first students will be hooded by Dr. Diane Capoletti. Maxwell Andre. Alexis Moss. The next student will be hooded by Dr. Holiday Goodman. Boris Najou. The next two students will be hooded by Dr. Mitchell Howard. Emily Johnson. Megan Malaman. The next two students will be hooded by Dr. Megan Kahn. Rakaya Elamara. The next student will be hooded by Dr. Julie Murphy. Ryan Boyd. Our final class of 2020 graduate will be hooded by Dr. Martin Olinger. Emmanuel Ayonjaki. A man of many hats.
Well done. Congratulations to the Doctor of Pharmacy class of 2020. And now for the class of 2021. As directed by the floor marshals, will the Doctor of Pharmacy candidates for spring 2021 please rise and come forward as directed by the floor marshals. Each Doctor of Pharmacy candidate will receive a personalized oath of a pharmacist provided by the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy. All degree candidates will also receive a college lapel pin to wear with pride. These students, being hooded, are candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree.
These first candidates will be hooded by Dr. Diane Capoletti. Shannon Cassidy. Ariel Connolly. Jordan Fiorletta. Hannah Frazier. Ella Salter. Sejal Shaw. Benjamin Stone King. Hannah Thomas. Shelby Timmerman. John Wearsbicky. The following students will be hooded by Dr. Mary Ann Churchwell. William Gibbons III. Hannah Hicksenbaugh. Hannah is also valedictorian and receiving the PCOA award. Grace LaFleur. Grace is also valedictorian and receiving the PCOA award. McKenna Odell. Leanna Riegsecker. Catherine Schmidl. Connor Steele. Eric Wazowski. Our next students will be hooded by Dr. Julie Murphy, alongside Dr. Marianne Churchwell. Gwendolyn Knowles. Gwendolyn is also receiving the PCOA award. Courtney Maxim. Courtney also received the Facts and Comparisons Excellence in Clinical Communication Award. Our next students will be hooded by Dr. Marilee Clemens. Kelsey Dorka. Gabrielle Duncan. Courtney Fornwald. Brian Mays. The next students will be hooded by Dr. Derek Giori. Maya Hill. Maya is also receiving the APHA ASP Senior Award. Haley Howard. Angela Manier. Angela is also receiving the Aponte Award. Aphrodite Palazzes. Ashley Rogers. Reagan Richling. Quan Lee Sturgill. Our next students will be hooded by Dr. Holiday Goodman. Wijjan Aliasari. Madison Bayanki. Tessa Dearduff. Legacy Tanner. Mauricio Vasquez Vargas. Rachel Wilson. Our next students will be hooded by Dr. Mitchell Howard. Jenica Beck. Emily Burton. Next students will be hooded by Dr. Megan Khan. Mustafa Afifi. Shireen Afifi. Alexander Beams. Jenna Bialecki. Andrea Bruggeman. Richard Bugai III. Jacqueline Culp. Emily Foster. Brandon Hall. Jack Janisic. Michaela Kugler. Austin Newell. Austin is also receiving the Toledo Academy of Pharmacy Senior Award. Carly Vaughn. Carly is also receiving the COCP Leadership Award.
Following students will be hooded by Dr. Julie Murphy. Haley Venanzer. Elizabeth Bennett. Brittany Gran. Brooke Domalesny. Kyla Dunning. Megan Golly. Zachary Gassel. Abigail Geyer, one of the valedictorians and recipient of the PCOA Award. Emily Gonzalez. Allison Gergat. Paige Grube. Benjamin Hackworth. Holly Harnica, recipient of the Ohio Pharmacist Association Award and PCOA Award. Maureen Hickey, one of the valedictorians of the 2021 class. Carly Rupert. Sean Staples, recipient of the COCP Scholarship. Alexis Way. The following students will now be hooded by Dr. Martin Olinger. Jeffrey Calcamugio, recipient of the Toledo Academy of Pharmacy Senior Award. Amy Chang. Gabriel Azenia. Alexis Mengel. Megan Shokowski, recipient of the Cindy Puffer Externship Award. Following students will be hooded by Dr. Anthony Patton. Melanie Colopy. Mohammed Ibrahim. Elena Dramveska. Following students will be hooded by Dr. Stephen Pasekis. Luke Hohenstein. Julia Keister, recipient of the Toledo Academy of Pharmacy Senior Award. Madison Reed. Elliot Rhodes. Tyler Sanovich. Joshua Spade. Sarah Trevina. Jacqueline Wagner. Following students will be hooded by Dr. Michelle Schroeder. Sydney Dobson, recipient of the Andrea K. Pavlik Award. David Hoffman. Dominique Lopero. Alexis Mann. Joshua Whitmer. Following students will be hooded by Dr. Michelle Siegert. Lauren Bahansua. Derek Dreyfus, recipient of the Austin Fletcher Memorial Scholarship and Toledo Academy of Pharmacy Senior Award. Angela Leeper. Taylor Lone. Haley Shenavar. Ryan Zabo, recipient of the PCOA Award. And our last graduate will be co-hooded by Dr. Megan Kahn and Dr. Michelle Siegert. Megan Koch.
Thank you, and congratulations to the candidates for the Doctor of Pharmacy degree, class of 2021.
Congratulations, graduates. So if all of our 2020 and 2021 graduates could please flip to page 37 in your program, it is my honor to lead you in reciting the oath of a pharmacist. If you could all please stand and raise your right hand. And read along with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcome for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Thank you and congratulations.
I would now like to invite Dr. Sean Wilt, alumni and president-elect of the State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy, to the podium for some remarks. Dr. Wilt?
Thank you. As I entered the massive stadium, she broke down in tears. I immediately approached her to assist her, expecting the worst. She wasn't there to see a football game, but to receive her COVID-19 vaccination from a pharmacist. I was prepared for her to share with me her thoughts in a loud voice as something appeared to be very wrong. I greeted her and asked if I could assist and if everything was okay. In between sobs, she stated she couldn't believe she was going to receive her COVID-19 vaccine that day. The sheer act of walking through a door caused her to be overcome with emotions. As a profession, we helped provide her with hope and freedom. Good morning. My name is Sean Wilt, and I am the current Vice President-elect of the State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy and a proud graduate of the College of Pharmacy here at the University of Toledo. The interaction I just shared happened a few weeks ago that I could not have fathomed when I sat in those same seats a few years ago. Pharmacists make an impact every day, and never before has that been more apparent. As you join our great profession, you join at a time when our role is rapidly changing. You have already made an impact in your final year of school. As student pharmacists, you cared for patients in the early months of the pandemic when the nation shut down. As professionals, you showed up. 2021 arrived, and once again, you showed up. You immunized patients in all settings to bring us back to normalcy. Today, you showed up because you earned it. Your patient care journey truly begins today. I ask each of you to commit to putting the patient first. When your mantra is to always take care of the patient, you will make an impact. You will help our nation and profession overcome the public health crisis as you hit the ground running to continue our nation's vaccination efforts. You will help curb the opioid epidemic, which grew at a record pace during the pandemic. You will help patients experiencing a mental health crisis brought on by social isolation. You will comfort patients after they receive a devastating diagnosis. You will also celebrate with patients at the birth of a child or the recovery from that devastating illness. You will care for our patients. Your leadership journey truly begins today. I ask each of you to commit to leading and transforming our profession. You will help to develop the next treatment to ease suffering. You will collaborate with other professionals in deciding a patient's therapy. You will promulgate common sense rules that promote patient health and eliminates barriers to pharmacy services. You will serve in leadership roles at all levels that advance the profession and patient care. You will lead our profession. I ask you to believe in yourself and what you will do for our profession. You will help implement changes that are in their infancy. You will create the next big thought to pivot our profession and the delivery of patient care. You will do more than your professors or you can even imagine today. I encourage you to use the Board of Pharmacy as a resource when needed. I encourage you to join a subcommittee with the Board of Pharmacy or many of our great professional organizations. I am excited to see where you will take us in the future. On behalf of the State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy, its members and staff, I congratulate you on your accomplishment and welcome you to our profession.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Joel Levitan, President of the Ohio Pharmacists Association, to the podium to provide remarks. Mr. Levitan?
Congratulations to all. I am proud to be standing here in front of you today as President of the Ohio Pharmacists Association. Our mission is to unite and encourage the profession of pharmacy. This is accomplished by education, discussion, and legislation. In 1969, I was sitting where you are today. Seems like ancient times to all of you, and just for your information, it was post-dinosaurs. Pharmacy was a lot different then. We had only 5 faculty members at University Hall. We had a typewriter rather than computers, and the cost of prescription was calculated by a piece of paper because calculators were very expensive at that time. We did talk to patients about their medications pre-MTM, but the computer did not give us the facts. We had to know them. School was 5 years and jobs were plentiful. Well, now we give injections, we do MTM, and we get paid for it. We have provider status, and in some cases, pharmacists work side by side with doctors. How do you think that happened? Who do you think worked to put all that in place? The answer is OPA, the Ohio Pharmacists Association. Our home is in Columbus. Our staff works side by side with the pharmacist members who come up with ideas to better your future. Then our staff works with the state board, state legislatures, and in some cases the governors to put them into law. OPA needs young blood to get involved. Speak up. If you're unhappy, help change pharmacy during your years of practice. I realize you all just went through 2 horrible years with COVID. Step up and protect your future. I also encourage you to never forget the University of Toledo. And when you are in a position to give back financially, help the future of pharmacists by giving. I am proud to be an alumnus of the University of Toledo. I am proud that in my over 50 years as an alumnus, I never stopped giving of myself and my wife's spending money. And I am proud to bleed blue and gold. Good luck for a bright future, and go Rockets.
Now, Dr. Jennifer Richardson, President of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Alumni Affiliate, will make some remarks. Dr. Richardson?
Good morning, graduates. On behalf of the Pharmacy Alumni Affiliate, I'm pleased to be one of the first people to welcome you to the alumni community. As a new member of the UT Alumni Association, your membership is complimentary for the next 5 years. We ask that you continue your membership after those 5 years to continue to promote the relationships of our students and alumni. The affiliate is essentially a CPPS alumni group. Basically, there's the big umbrella of the university, the alumni umbrella of the university, and our section under that, which is CPPS alumni. In addition to watching for university alumni benefits and information, make sure to check out your affiliate website and social media platforms for opportunities to stay connected with your classmates and network with other CPPS graduates. Your UT memories will remain with you for life, and we invite you to continue to make memories with your UT graduate family through alumni gatherings and events. In addition, I hope you consider signing up to be a student mentor for our incoming pharmacy students. The insight, experience, and encouragement you can offer is invaluable. In closing, the university has been your second home for the past several years, and now you're leaving. But like any loving family, you might be moving out of the house, but you will always be welcome home. Congratulations, 2020 and 2021 grads. Go Rockets!
At this time, I would like to present Mr. Stephen P. Chucci, Vice Chair of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees. Mr. Chucci.
Thank you, Dr. Holliday Goodman. It is an honor and a privilege to be with you today. Will all candidates for doctorate degrees please rise? Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do hereby confer upon all of these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. The faculty and Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. We are linked forever. Our good fortune is your good fortune. Your success fuels our rocket pride. Everyone, please join me in recognizing these graduates. Well done. Please be seated. On behalf of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates today on your tremendous accomplishment of earning your Doctor of Pharmacy degree. I sincerely hope that you are as proud of your time at the University of Toledo and your accomplishments as we are. We know it was a lot of hard work. Hours of your time and energy have been spent reading, studying for exams, writing papers, participating in group projects and lab, and all of you have also participated in internship or research opportunities. All noteworthy accomplishments just by themselves, but you did all of this while overcoming many new challenges brought on by a global pandemic. We also hope you had a bit of fun being active in one or more of our 300+ student organizations, cheering on the Rockets in the Glass Bowl or here in Savage Arena, and making lifelong friendships and connections with mentors. As graduates of UToledo, you are the leaders of tomorrow. Now, perhaps more than ever, we need your innovative approaches to solving problems, your determination to make a positive impact on your community, and your collaborative spirit. As you move forward ready to tackle your next adventure, please know that all of us, members of the Board of Trustees, the administration, the faculty, staff, alumni, fellow students, and your neighbors in the Toledo community, we are cheering for you and wishing you the very best. Congratulations to the newest alumni of the University of Toledo.
My remarks will be extremely brief, in fact, just limited to closing this morning's commencement exercises. And in doing so, I would like to thank the many staff and faculty who have worked so hard to make this commencement ceremony a reality for all of us here this morning. At this time, would all of our graduates please stand and turn towards the audience and guests. Faculty, colleagues, staff, families, friends, and alumni, it is my distinct honor to now introduce to you the University of Toledo College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences Doctor of Pharmacy classes of 2020 and 2021. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. Well done. Very well done. This concludes our ceremony. Graduates, please remember to pick up your additional programs for your families from under your chairs. At this time, I ask the students to please rise for the recessional and exit out of the arena, followed by the faculty and the platform party. Thank you.
Thank you.